Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Underworld Sports Show. It's the NFL Exporter, aka Expert Reporter Ty Goodman, and we're talking fantasy football through the first 6 weeks of the 2013-14 NFL season. Over to the running backs, leading the way off is Jamal Charles. Charles has been an excellent, pickup this year. Pretty much was a top tier running back. Went the first round, definitely exceeding the value. Probably was coming in somewhere between the 5th to 8th pick on most boards. He's up to 88 points, doing an outstanding job, not only running the ball but catching out the backfield. He is definitely being a featured back. He's also getting the goal line carries, which is helping out his cause a lot. If you have Jamal Charles on your team, should definitely be another guy that is leading the way and helping you to being above 500 at this point. Next in line, another guy who should be helping out your cause, Shady McCoy. Excellent value. McCoy going in the latter tier, somewhere between 7 and 10. If you had him, he pretty much fell in your lap. He's been leading the NFL in rushing this year. He's also a two-way threat, catching out of the backfield. He's very explosive. He looks excellent in Chip Kelly's offense. I expect him to definitely finish in the top 3 backs this year, as long as he can stay healthy. Shady McCoy has been an excellent pickup. Next in line, Adrian Peterson, living up to the hype, 76 points, coming in 3rd place, the #1 overall pick in all fantasy drafts, and then being in 3rd place amongst the running backs with all the attention he gets, definitely merits. It solidifies the #1 pick. Again, he's another guy, if you have him on your team, a strong running back position can definitely give you 2 running backs worth of production on a week in and week out basis. Peterson looks well on his way to another year where he'll be chasing that 2,000 and 2,500 mark. Next in line, Matt Forte, 72 points, doing an excellent job. Forte, another great value pickup, was going in the 2nd to 3rd round. Forte has been a nice two-way threat as well, catching the ball out of the backfield, also running the ball. Mark Trestman has done an excellent job using him, especially in mismatches and on coverage with linebackers. I expect Forte to have a really good year. You notice all of these backs that I mentioned thus far, with the exception of Adrian Peterson, are two-way threats, catching the ball out the backfield as well as running. Next in line, surprising here, Fred Jackson, 67 points for the Buffalo Bills. Jackson, I'm quite sure if you even picked him up at all, we're picking up in later rounds. He's been getting the goal line carries for the Bills. The Bills also have a rookie quarterback in E.J. Manuel, so they take a lot of pressure off him by running the ball a lot of short passes. Jackson has done a great job with goal line work. C.J. Spiller's also been a bit nicked up. So there's been a lot of opportunity for Fred Jackson, a guy that if you have on your team, has probably been an excellent flex play. Next in line is Marshawn Lynch, 67 points. Definitely deserves his first round status. Lynch continues to excel. The Seahawks defense give plenty of opportunities, especially when the Seahawks get ahead. Lynch is just a beast. You already know that. He gets the goal line carries. We'll see when Percy Harvin comes back if that takes away from any of his touches. But for now, Lynch is a solid play. If you have him at running back, you have to feel very comfortable with the production he's going to give you on a week in and week out basis. Next in line, Knowshon Moreno. He's got 64 points. Another guy, if you even drafted at all, excellent production. Ronnie Hillman was supposed to start. He can't hold on to the football. Monty Ball, pretty much same situation. Rookie out of Wisconsin, really doesn't quite understand the offense that well yet. Blocking schemes on 3rd down, so kind of by default, Moreno has taken over the position. He's never looked back. He's done a great job running the ball. He's a goal line back. We know Denver has the top offense in the league, so he gets more than his fair share of opportunities. If you had this guy on your team, he's definitely a solid play. Next in line is Arian Foster. It's been quiet. We're used to, I guess, Foster just putting up such tremendous numbers, but he's still here. 61 points. He's doing a solid job. The Texans are struggling right now. They're still trying to get that ground game going. They have a starting offensive lineman who's slowing down and runs a little bit, but Foster's really getting his wheels turning. He didn't play in the preseason, so I really see him starting to round into form. He's at over 100 yards his last 2 games, including 141 yards yesterday versus the Rams, even though it was in the loss. So next in line is DeMarco Murray. He has 61 points. Murray injured yesterday in the game against the Redskins. It just seems to be a continuing trend with this guy. I don't know what it is. It's kind of a feast or famine with him. He gets you, excited. He wets your whistle. You see a lot of big hope in him. but it just seems like he can't stay away from that injury bug. He sprained his MCL. I'm not sure at this point how long he's out for, but I mean, he was doing a solid job. I mean, you know, he definitely had a game against the Rams where he went off. He seems to be a back who could really get 10 plus all-purpose, you know, yards. But again, that injury kind of suffers and sets him back. And if you have him on your lineup, now you have to look at other options. Reggie Bush has done an excellent job this year for Detroit with all-purpose yards. Bush actually missed a game, or his numbers would be even higher. But he's got 59 points. He's going both ways, catching out the backfield as well as running the ball. Detroit has a very explosive offense. Bush is another back who's going, you know, 4th, 5th, 6th, kind of the latter round. So if you got Reggie Bush on your team, excellent value pickup. Next in line is Frank Gore at 59 points. Gore got off to a slow start, but after about the 3rd game, they realized that the running game and how talented Gore is, he actually had to speak up and call out his coach Jim Harbaugh as to why they weren't running the ball. And ever since then, Gore's been backing up his word. They've been feeding him. He's been averaging over 100-yard games, and the 49ers have been winning. Frank Gore is always an excellent value pickup. You can usually pick Gore up somewhere around the 3rd or 4th round. This guy is definitely a winner. Rounding the list off at number 52, is at Drake Bell. Huge surprise for the Detroit Lions. He's done a great job coming out the backfield, sparing Reggie Bush, also taking care of goal line opportunities. And again, if Bush didn't play this year, he had 18 points. He's a guy who you want to kind of hold on to. Bush is known to get injured, and if Bush does get injured, here's a guy who can step in and get you double-digit points and do a solid job, basically at no cost. A couple guys standing out who are below par. Darren Sproles. Now, he's always an excellent flex play. He's got 46 points, so nothing wrong with Sproles. You expect him to get 8 to 10. He's my favorite flex player. He's just that type of guy. But Chris Johnson, 41 points, subpar. This guy's not living up to what it's supposed to be. His owners have to be disappointed. Other guys, you know, Trent Richardson, Doug Martin, Alfred Morris, these guys, huge disappointments. Not putting up the 100-yard games, not putting up the numbers that you suspect so far through six games. I know people are getting impatient. Another guy who's doing a horrible job, Ray Rice, C.J. Spiller. These guys are not performing at a level that is acceptable. Ray Rice, you know, a couple games, 4 points. You know, C.J. Spiller battling injuries. He's been known for that. But for Rice, even though he did suffer a hip flexor, no excuse. I mean, Baltimore's play calling is questionable at times as far as how they feature him. But, I mean, his production has not been there. He's been fumbling the ball. I'm not sure, but a lot of people took him in the 1st round. They have to be hugely disgusted with this guy. I mean, the same goes for Trent Richardson as well as C.J. Spiller. These are guys that you got in the 1st round and had huge expectations for, and they've not lived up to billing. That'll wrap it up. And this is the NFL Exporter. We'll be back more with the Underworld Sports Show.